Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and I don't care. You might tell me that I am being negative in this video, that we should just take the W, we should celebrate that Monster Hunter Wilds is getting better, but I still think it's absolutely egregious, and I get that people want to celebrate the game is now performing better, but I think celebrating this and giving Capcom credit for this is not the way to go, because it has been almost 1 year for Monster Hunter Wilds to get fixed up, or at least get better. Monster Hunter Wilds has been out since February 28th of 2025, and if you guys don't know, a brand new update did drop for the game, and based on what is being said, the update has improved performance for a lot of people. I say a lot of people because PC gaming a lot of times is a crap show. What helps some people doesn't help other people. There are so many issues that come about. I mean, we talked about the Monster Hunter Wilds issue that came from the DLC check system, which is just insane. A lot of this stuff is just so unpredictable, and again, it affects some people, doesn't affect others, so on and so forth. I'm not here to analyze every aspect of performance scenarios and situations. It's just impossible, and it's an absolute headache a lot of the times, and I did that a lot last year with some of the awful PC versions, just to try to get some of these games to run better on my machines. And yo, you know what? It's great. For those of you that spent $70 on Monster Hunter Wilds and now the game finally performs a little bit better, great. I'm happy for you that the game is performing a little bit better. And by the way, I have Monster Hunter Wilds and I beat Monster Hunter Wilds around the time of launch. And guess what? My experience with the game was nowhere near as bad as some of my friends' experience and some of the experiences that I've read online. However, the reality is I'm not going to be one of those, oh, maybe you guys just need to update your RAM. Maybe you need to download more RAM on your monitor. You ever think about that? No, I'm not going to be like that. I know most of you guys that are playing this game had quality PCs, and for whatever reason, the game was not performing well. And if you spend your $70 or however much you spend and it's running at an acceptable level now, great. Let's reiterate that point. You spent $70 on this game. A lot of people spent $70 on this game almost a year ago. It's been about 11 months, but almost a year ago, and we are now finally improving the performance. I don't want this to be the standard, and I get that Monster Hunter Wilds has been a more egregious example, because Spider-Man 2 was an abomination as well, and I'll give credit to Nix's software. In a lot of instances, that game got better in about 2 to 3 weeks. Monster Hunter Wilds, it has been a year, and it was left to a Redditor to uncover the DLC check issues how many months after? And then we finally realized that this is a big problem, and then it's a oopsie by Capcom. Stuff like that is just absolutely insane to me, and I don't want this to be normalized, because if we start celebrating this, if we start giving Capcom credit, you know what that tells them? Oh, these suckers are okay with bad PC versions. Drop them. Even if they're not good, let's get their $70. They'll give us a year. We got a year to fix up the game, and a year from now, we'll drop those good updates, we'll get the games working better, and it will be all good to go. But it should not take a year to fix up a game. It shouldn't even take 2 to 3 weeks like Nix's software took with Spider-Man 2 and the abomination that game was released, but the standards are in the toilet these days, and the expectations are just so low, and I think in a lot of instances, the expectations are so low because we've gotten so used to bad PC version after bad PC version that a lot of the times, a Stellar Blade coming out, and I get that Stellar Blade's on Unreal Engine 4, but a Stellar Blade coming out and it being a good PC version is something we celebrate. We're spending $60, $70 on a lot of these games. We've spent how much money on these PCs? We're asking to give up an arm and a leg to build our PCs these days, and then we have to celebrate whenever a game is a good PC version? Like, that's not the way it should be. This is absolutely not the way it should be. And again, if you want to give credit to Capcom, you can do whatever you want, but I just don't think that's the right way to go because of how long this took. This shouldn't have been an issue at launch, and it damn sure shouldn't have taken a year to make it finally somewhat playable. I get that the game is now running on the Steam Deck as well, low settings at 30 frames per second, and there's a lot of stuff. WCCF Tech, put out an article and noted on paper these changes sound promising, but do they actually improve performance? It seems they do. Looking at online reports, game doesn't stutter with highest textures anymore. Very good. A Reset Era user noted. Significant uplift. I have a 4070 Ti Super, and I'm currently running with everything cranked, including the high-res texture pack, DLA, and 2x frame gen, to be fair. 100 to 120 frames per second. I know people have their opinions on frame gen. Image quality also feels sharper. There's comparison videos, new patches dropped, etc., etc. But again, I feel like a lot of this is people being very positive, and maybe the right angle is to drop a lot of positive Steam reviews now, and a lot of positive Steam reviews are coming out for the game, and maybe that is just a standpoint of, hey, the game in its current state is worth a buy, and if you want to say that, fine, but one user notes Capcom has made optimization improvements, it's on the review section, and given additional CPU settings that'll make this game playable to a much wider audience. The gameplay is fun and satisfying, and really the major issues that I felt with Wilds from my experience was the technical issues. Like, I enjoyed the fundamental aspects of the game, and to be fair, Wilds didn't run very well on consoles either. I'm not trying to make this a console versus PC thing, but the fact is, again, we spend an arm and a leg on our PCs, and the way this game ran for a year is absolutely unacceptable. It's so unacceptable, and I talked about Wilds' PC performance ahead of launch when I looked at the system requirements, and it was an immediate red flag for me, and I remember I got a lot of dislikes on those videos because the Monster Hunter community, especially back then when Wilds didn't completely cook their goodwill and they were expecting quality performance on PC, you know, I was getting flamed in those comment section, and you'll never get the pat on the back. They'll never come back and give you the pat on the back. Oh, buddy was right over there. But, again, it's not about me being right or not, although I will take the pat on the back, you know? I need those pat on the backs these days. But, again, this has been something that's more and more commonplace, and Capcom is one of the publishers that's shaping up to release some of the biggest games of this year. I don't want a lot of their games to have bad performance issues, and guess what? Monster Hunter Wilds wasn't the only recent game from Capcom that had really bad performance. Dragon's Dogma 2 came out in early 2024, and that game had really bad PC performance as well, or mediocre performance. I would say it was bad. I would say Dragon's Dogma 2 was pretty bad, and Dragon's Dogma 2 still has a lot of issues, and same can be said with Monster Hunter Wilds. It's bad PC performance, it's a $70 game, and we can't let $70 games just come out and it being normalized, and alright, take 1 year to fix your games, and then, you know, thanks for that, but we'll give you our money a year in advance. And maybe you could say, hey, that's your fault. You should know better. You shouldn't be dropping $70 on a game on launch day. But why does it have to be like that? Why is it normalized that you shouldn't be buying, like, they can sell you games on launch day and they can be as bad as Monster Hunter Wilds are, and it's your fault. How dare you spend $70 on a game on launch day? How dare you buy Spider-Man 2? You love Spider-Man 1, but you can't buy games on launch day, dude. You know they're gonna be broken. Well, then, don't release them. Do more testing. I don't know. Shouldn't it be on the developer to do their testing and making sure a product works, and not on the customer to just know better and avoid all video games on launch day? Like, what are we actually doing as far as that take is concerned? I think, you know, we can have a higher expectations out of these developers and publishers, but maybe that's my issue. I can't have these higher expectations out of developers and publishers, and I just gotta accept, you know, games like Mafia the Old Country, an 8 to 10 hour game crashing 11 times for me during my playthrough. A game like Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater crashing left and right. Monster Hunter Wilds not performing well. Spider-Man 2 being a broken pile of trash on launch day. Maybe this is just something we have to accept, and you can't buy these games on launch days. But that's gonna do it for me. Just wanted to get out my 2 cents on it, that I just feel like celebrating this because of how egregious the situation with Monster Hunter Wilds was isn't the right plan. Capcom doesn't deserve credit for this, given that it's been a year. Look, happy about the performance getting better. That's great. That's better than the performance just staying in the gutter and staying in the trash, but it should not be taking a year to get a game running at acceptable levels. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.